And about, I think. No, we don't want to go to the cafe, do we? I think we want to go to, not the museum. Should we go to the museum and see what they say about the robbery?
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you know anything about the Knights?
No, sir.
The sign on...
It does?
Yeah.
You don't.
I'm sure we went through this
I owe
before.
a little
Oh,
education
shit.
again. He was an optician. He taught me the alphabet. Wait, 19 letters of it. The bottom
this
row of the
now?
chart was too small even for him to read. So he left them out.
Why don't you start over and enroll for adult education?
You know, I never thought of that. Do you think? If I studied art and did all my homework, I could be a professor of history?
At your age? Dream on.
What a prick. Should I show him the tripod?
Do you recognize this tripod?
It is vaguely familiar.
I should think it is.
Very similar to the one which we used to have here at the museum. In fact,
That's what I thought.
but this is obviously a poor copy.
Right.
Oh my.
Thanks for your help.
Hey, Nobby, no.
Hi, Andre. Hello, Georgie.
Yeah.
I'd like
Shake
to
my
shake
hand.
you by the hand, Andre. Not now, Georgie. Thanks for your help, Andre. You're welcome.
Please, Ray. Oh, that's where we got Martha song. Here we go. Let's talk to Mr. Jean-Thomas Ramadan.
Excuse me, officer. Shouldn't you be off directing traffic?
Oh, just
Yeah?
Wait,
What do you know about that?
Les Templars. And
Boy,
no,
Yeah, there we go.
I'll see you around.
oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
I had no desire to talk to the... Hey, you with the balls.
oui,
You with the balls.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No, I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu! A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contre-gravitique aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crowned heads of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders. Plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so. That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
That's every day.
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not.
I think we throw this into the equation.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
Look, a red nose.
Ah, you are a clown.
A clown?
No, if so, you would be a much better jongleur.
For a moment, an idea capered around near the spotlight of my attention, but fell down the pothole of abstraction before I could focus on it. It didn't seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hands. Have you seen this man before?
No.
Does this lab pass mean anything to you?
You work in a lab.
No, try again.
You steal lab passes?
No. Well, not as a habit. This was a special case.
Oh.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grandmaster, Jacques du Molay, was burned on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow. You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Ha.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Oh, here we go. A new character.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
Fancy a nosh.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
Tell me.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
Is the right-hand window original?
Oui, monsieur.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
A knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout. A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell. Well, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported.
No, there's something about this. I'm sure of it. Oh, some dogs are scrapping. Oh,
Maybe not.
What the fuck's going on? Two dogs bloody fighting outside if they carry on. I think she's pulling it away. Bloody hell. I hate it when they walk around with dogs on fucking leads. My dog I have to muzzle because he can be nasty. But people walk around with these little dogs, and I swear to God, if they ever go for my dog, first thing I'll do is take the muzzle off so he can defend himself. I don't understand why people don't just have dogs on their leads and stuff, like. It's alright, you know, they're just getting to know each other. Does every person who meet each other like each other? No, people argue. And I think animals that, you know, work on pure animal instinct.
A stone knight lay in
Fucking
full
assholes.
stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. A stone knight.
Oh, maybe I should ask him about the chalice. I don't know.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving.
Here we go.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will
Here
be
we go.
very careful.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks. The priest was still busy with the chalice.
Another look at the church.
A knight there in the company. I didn't recognize. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it.
Oh, what about that window?
Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain. I didn't recognize. A stone knight. A stone
I'm sure
knight lay at the
that
end of a
is
row
a
of
telescope.
4.
I'm sure of it.
I could see that what had at first seemed to be a fine engraved chasing on the scroll was actually writing. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus. Sounds pretty familiar to me. The priest
That's
was
what
still
sounds good.
busy with the chalice. Per disciplinum meum lux videbus.
There we go.
A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess. The priest was on the end of the staff. On the end of the per discipline. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess. The priest was... I didn't have time to... The priest... I didn't have time...
Oh shit, I clicked off the game. Is there anything else I need to click on? Actually, you know, I think I'll get somebody's monocle. Who has a monocle? Does this copper? There's something on Nick of someone, I'm sure of it.
Hello again.
Hello again, monsieur.
Do you know what this is?
It's S.
Does this matchbook...
The pattern looks Middle
Middle
Eastern.
Eastern.
Take a look at this.
Ah!
Electrician.
Ah!
You're a clown.
Do I look like a...
No. No. If I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Whoever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point.
So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon.
There we go.
What do you make of this grease...
Delightful.
Hell no.
Then please.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
If I...
Hi
do that.
again.
Oui?
I'd like...
You have gone on a...
No. I
Here
just
we
had an
go.
insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Okay, now for my secret weapon. The juggler was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury.
But left one behind.
Hey! You forgot one of your balls! Hey!
But he didn't hear. Better still, deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
Mm-hmm.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
So in that case, that now means we're the whole crowd, but it also means I'll see you on the flip-flop.